Testing. Okay.
I'm putting our thing on.
I got that. Thank you.
Good morning. We are a small but mighty band and choir today. So we would love for you to join us in singing with us the gathering song, We Gather Here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We gather here to come together to raise our voices in harmony. We gather here to pray together to create the world we know is meant to be. We gather here, we gather here, we gather here, we gather here to create the world we know is meant to be. We gather here to come together to celebrate the love and joy of unity. We gather here for deep connection with fellow travelers who claim divinity. We gather here to count our blessings, to celebrate the love and joy of unity. We gather here, we gather here, we gather here, we gather here to create the world we know is meant to be. We gather here to come together to celebrate the love and joy of unity. To celebrate the love and joy of unity.
Are we on? Can everybody hear me? Great. Hey everybody, and welcome to our Sunday morning celebration service. Welcome to everybody who's watching online on YouTube and Facebook. Reverend Jude's in Germany celebrating her daughter's 40th birthday this week. So the lunatics are running the asylum, so to speak. So just bear with us here, and we'll get through this together, right? All right. And the great thing about that is that today we welcome John Polici, who shares Light on the Path. on his new time on Saturday evenings at 5 o'clock. If you haven't attended, you should give it a try. John is trained and educated in philosophy, the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament, biblical languages, yoga, and Zen Buddhism. John also facilitates a course in miracles, which meets here every Monday night at 7:15 in the sanctuary. And we're blessed to welcome John to our 10:30 service. And as always, we have with us the Joyful Noise Band and Choir. Small but mighty they may be. And special music today features Mike Barrett. And we want to welcome those that are here for the first time. If you're a first-timer present in the sanctuary and you feel comfortable, please raise your hand so we can give you a welcome packet. There's information about our Unity Center in there. There's a prayer request form. There's also a form in the welcome packet that if you fill it out and take it back to the welcome podium, we'll give you a gift. And we invite everyone to please gather with us in the kitchen and patio afterwards. I think it's taco day today, so you should check that out. It smells good. I'll be in there myself. All right. If you're a first-timer online, we'd like to welcome you as well. If you'd like to receive a welcome packet, you can email admin@unityofstewart.org, and we'll get that out to you. And if you haven't raised your hand, or you'd like to share a welcome packet with a friend, you can find them on the table in the sanctuary on the way out, or by the front door as you leave today. We'd like you all to know that Unity of Stewart is a welcoming, affirming, positive path of spirituality. All are welcome here, no exceptions. Okay, my name's Dave Avitable, by the way. I should have introduced myself up front. I'm a member of your board of directors, and this is our board here. And we are prayer chaplains. And our boardie of the day today is Peter Keelan. If you have any questions about Unity, Peter would be happy to help. And our prayer chaplains hold our ministry in prayer and available to pray with you directly after service. If you have a prayer need, a joy, a challenge, our prayer chaplains are here and will hold your prayer in highest confidence. And our prayer chaplains on duty today are Audrey Noel and Nancy Bach. And Jerry. And Jerry. All right. Okay. So, we got a tea party coming up. So please join in community at the Tea Party Bakery in Stewart. There's a mini fundraiser for connection and some good food. For more info, please see Lori Michaud. It's not just for women. Everybody's welcome. And tickets are $35 each for sale in the office. Okay, Project Transform. So this is our annual planning process that we've engaged in. And we did this last year, and I'm going through the notes from last year. We've pretty much hit every single objective that we set for ourselves as far as our outreach and the things that we wanted to do as a community. Last year it was the first time doing it, so we kept it relatively small. This year we're opening it up to everybody. If you're a voting member of Unity or you want to become one, come along to this workshop. It's next weekend from 12 to 2 after service. And it's a brainstorm. It's basically all of us together deciding what our priorities should be for 2026 and then putting plans in place to do that. So it's a strategic planning process and it's available to all of us. So come be part of that, please. I noticed the sign-up sheet out front is a little sparse. So it's out front with all the other sign-up sheets. Please sign up. We'd love to have everybody Everybody who's interested in coming is welcome. And there's a Unity Basics course happening on February 1st between noon and 2 p.m. At these classes, we explore the history and principles that make Unity what it is, our focus on practical spirituality. And completing this class qualifies you to apply for membership at Unity, and you could sign up again at the information table out front. Now for our daily word. I affirm peace and I help create a peaceful world. In 1964, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King said, "It's not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for it. We must concentrate not merely on the negative expulsion of war, but the positive affirmation of peace. Of course, I'll work toward creating the kind of world I wish to see, investing my effort and energy to ending conflict, discrimination, and other kinds of negativity. But I also put my energy into creating harmony, cooperation, opportunity, and other positive outcomes. Today I affirm that peace is dawning all over the world, blessing all people with warm feelings of cooperation and togetherness. I affirm peace is here, even as I strive to create it." Let's take a deep breath. And let's repeat our affirmation together. I affirm peace, and I help create a peaceful world. Just take another deep breath. And again, I affirm peace, and I create a peaceful world. Okay, as we prepare for meditation, let's sing.
Be still, be quiet. It's the only way. You will hear the voice of God. It's the only way. Be at peace, love one another. There is no other way. You will feel the presence of the one. It's the only way. It's the only way.
And preparing for meditation. And as we bow our heads and open our hearts, we come to the place where peace is sourced from within our life, deep within. And as all the mystical teachings point us to, there is this secret place, this always open door, this gateless gate. And in order to find it, we have to surrender all that we think and just settle down, relax, rest, be still. As our breath deepens, we just do a body scan of releasing any tension, any stress, any tightness from the tips of our toes to the crown of our head, breathing, releasing, relaxing, resting in the present moment with no past or future concerns. And as the clouds of thinking disperse, we come to realize that our consciousness is like the vast and open sky, always still, always watchful, always aware. Finding that seat of the witness, the one who's listening, the one who knows, the one who is aware. The changeless in you, the divine as you. Everything else will change and pass away, but you, the witness, the I am, will always remain bright, still, and peaceful. A thought of God, in the mind of God, as creative and as loving as your source. We find our way back today by claiming and affirming this peace. Peace is the gateway.
Please join us in singing this version of the Lord's Prayer. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Our Mother who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Forgive us our trespasses. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Oh Lord, leave us as Mike changes from bass to guitar, we will feature him on special music. One of these days we'll get him to sing. This is just an instrumental, though. We actually did get him to sing at the Christmas Coffee House, one line. Take it away, Mike.
What a talent. Thank you, Michael. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. I was told by a good friend, stand up, because I usually lean over, and he's like, your head shines so bright, I can't focus on what you're saying. So this is for you. You know who you are. You're watching. I'm talking about the peace that passes all human understanding this morning. And I wanted to reroute us back into the unity principles because they are so powerful and they really do set the tone for this deeper conversation that I want to take us on. Because unity, if you know this, unity churches host A Course in Miracles classes. That's kind of the norm around the country. We have one here, as was mentioned, on Monday nights, 7:15. And the course principles, as you'll see in a few minutes, are very much aligned with the unity principles. And primarily what we're going to focus on today is, I think it's the third principle. But let me read the first two. Really, all of them will come into play, but here's the first one. God is one. There is only one presence and power, which is God, the good, the omnipresent. Okay, so one power, one presence, and it's omnipresent, right? That's the first law of unity, or the first revelation of the unity teaching. Second, inherent goodness. As human beings, our essence is of God, which makes us inherently good. And this goodness is felt and experienced as the Christ Spirit within. So the Christ Spirit is really the depth of our own being, and it's really the interface between the infinite God and the finite creation. right? So Christ calls himself the door in John's gospel. And so we have access to the Father through this deepest place within ourselves, which is the Holy Spirit or the Christ presence within, right? Second principle. Third, and this is really going to be the brunt of our conversation, thoughts create reality. We are co-creators shaping our experiences through our thoughts, words, and actions. And four, power of prayer, affirmative prayer, aligning the mind and heart with God and manifesting good through this connection or communion. And then fifth, living it out, embodying these principles, making them real by practicing them and experiencing them and seeing them showing up in your life. So these 5 principles. And they are really the core dynamics or the core principles to finding this peace that passes all human understanding. Now, Jesus was said to have said that a good tree doesn't bear evil fruit, and a corrupt tree doesn't bear good fruit. So there's no mixture in the purity of God, as we had seen. God is pure good. God is omnipresence. God is love. So there can't be duality in God that contradicts that infinite presence of love. This is why human beings are not at peace. We are living inside of a confusion or a contradiction. We are conflating the all good with the not so good or the evil. And as we'll see in A Course in Miracles, this is why human understanding is inevitably anxiety prone, because we give equal reality to sickness as we do to health. We give equal reality to evil as we do to good. And as a result of that, we are outside of the Eden or the pleasure of God's power and truth and love. Right? This was the real symbol behind Adam and Eve eating the fruit. It's this fruit of good and bad. It's a mixture. So they had the tree of life in the story. If you eat the tree of life, you live forever because you're aligned to the good, the true, the beautiful, the omnipresence, and the love of God. But if you eat this fruit, you're going to split your mind into these pairs of opposites, and you'll find yourself outside of the unity consciousness, which is God. And chaos results, not peace, war, yeah? So the way back is really what the Course calls the proper use of denial. So I want to read this to you. It says here in the section, the proper use of denial, when you are afraid of anything, you are acknowledging its power to hurt you. Remember that where your heart is, there is your treasure also. This means that you believe in what you value. If you are afraid, you're valuing wrongly. Human understanding will inevitably value wrongly, and by endowing all human thoughts with equal power, human understanding inevitably destroys peace. All right, so this is the laying of the groundwork of where we start, and what's necessary, as we saw with the unity principles, is we have to rise to a higher level of consciousness, beyond the duality of confusion and back to the non-duality or unity of God's truth and love and goodness. And what's beautiful about it is it's already inside of us. That's the other unity principle. It's already here. You're already this. But we are in the clouds of confusion and thoughts that don't bring about states of peace, and we believe these thoughts. That's where we trip up. It's the power of our belief that is causing the world to look the way it does, because what you believe, you perceive. What you value, you will actually see showing up in the world. And we have these beliefs, but we don't realize we have them. That's why self-examination is so important in this teaching. He says that the Bible speaks of the peace of God which passeth human understanding. This peace, God's peace, is totally incapable of being shaken by human errors of any kind. It denies the ability of anything which is not of God to affect you. Right, so this is the peace that some come to realize, this unshakable peace. Your world can be falling apart. All of your loved ones can pass or leave you or betray you, and you still find this secret place within you that's immovable, unshakable. It's this sanctuary within. Right? Most of us are, struggling to find this peace, but we are misled in doing so by thinking it's in a person or in an outside situation or more money or more beauty or whatever it is. We go to things to try to find this peace. And what the teachings are all pointing to is we have to actually let go and allow this silence to dawn in the heart. It's within this silence that we go to that next level that we're talking about, where you pass human understanding. It all rests upon you. This is what makes the unity teachings and those like it so powerful, because they give you back your power. You're the commander of your ship. You're driving it. You're in charge of your life. So by your will, your intention, the power of your belief, what you choose to value, you actually give it the reality it has over you. We've been conditioned in the world to think the opposite, that we're the effect, we're the victim, we're too little to make a difference. What if that's completely untrue? What if it's, just for a moment, what if you really are divine? Like, we hear it all the time, but what if it's true? And we could actually experience that now, not when we die, now. We have to reverse the thinking of the world. We have to undo the conditioning that made us mental slaves, right? Bob Marley immediately comes to mind, right? Release yourself from mental slavery. None but us can free our minds. This is it. This is laying down the gauntlet of where you are and who you are and where you can go from here. So the peace that passes all understanding can only be accessed, according to Jesus, in the Course in Miracles, is through this proper use of denial. Now listen to how he describes it. This proper use of denial is not used to hide anything. So it's not like you're repressing and not wanting to look at something that's unpleasant. That's not this kind of denial. It's used to correct the errors in your thinking. So remember, we've confused our thinking, making these polarities equally true. There is real good and there is real evil. And these two powers are at war with each other. Right? That's a scary setup, because now you have these two powers that are equally real. No. Only one power is real. The other is actually an illusion. But because we're co-creators with God, we can infuse that evil power with true power over us. And we'll believe it because we see it. And we've given it the charge or the current of our faith. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows. So we're making all of these boogeymen real. That's why you have to watch your thoughts carefully. The purpose of propaganda and psychological operations is to actually have you misuse your power against yourself, disempower yourself, pigeonhole yourself, so that you can't think outside of these prescribed boxes that our culture and society would like to see us stay in. You're divine. Pass all human understanding. Get out of the psychological operations. Wake up and be peace. And what peace is, the words often from these sacred languages, shalom in Hebrew, peace means wholeness. So in other words, peace includes everyone. Peace embraces everyone. It doesn't matter. about any of the distinctions we have at the human level of understanding. Peace doesn't see those distinctions. Peace doesn't see political parties, gender associations, on and on and on. It's just loving and peaceful and embracing. So the proper use of denial is to correct all the errors that have us thwarting and hamstringing ourselves with these beliefs in evil, sickness, pain, suffering, bigotry, prejudice. These are all weeds and pests within the garden of our consciousness. So this proper use of denial brings all error into the light, and since error and darkness are the same, it abolishes error automatically. True denial is a very powerful protective device. You can and should deny any belief that error can hurt you. This kind of denial is not a concealment device, but a correction device. The right mind of the mentally healthy depends on the proper use of denial. Your mental health depends on this, because you'll run yourself ragged with crazy thinking. And if you invest reality in crazy thinking, stress, dis-ease, pain, suffering, fear, anxiety, hatred of your neighbor, all of that stuff is going to manifest because you're thinking crazy. You'll see crazy. You know, there's that Sufi story where a traveler comes to this old guy sitting by a tree just outside of the village, and he asks the guy, the old man, you know, what are the people like in that village? And the old man says, well, what are people like where you come from? Well, they're generous, they're happy, they're good-natured. He says, same here. And the guy moves on. Another guy, another traveler comes and sees the old man, asks him, you know, what are people like in this village? Well, what are people like from where you come from? Can't trust them. They're no good. They'll screw you any chance they get. Same here. So you're seeing yourself. This is what Ralph Waldo Emerson. You can only see who you are. The world is your feedback mechanism. It's a mirror that's showing you your inner condition. So that's why we tend to the garden of our consciousness. The proper use of denial has us resting in peace because we're no longer valuing the things that thwart our peace in our thoughts. Be very mindful of that. And then here, last thing I'll share from the Course. It's lesson 16 in the workbook. He says, the idea for today is a beginning step in dispelling the belief. I should tell you what the lesson is. I have no neutral thoughts. This is going right in line with the proper use of denial. I have no neutral thoughts. So remember, thinking got us out of attunement or communion with the divine because we made these two powers real. We've confused our minds with the belief in two powers, good and evil. The only way back to the divine is to properly deny the existence of evil and bring our minds back into harmony and resonance with the all good, the all true, the omnipresent. And then we will realize omnipresence includes me. That's what all presence means. That God's presence is actually my presence. God's presence is your presence. God's presence is in the chair, the clouds, the bird song. It's omnipresent. There's nowhere this presence is not. And it's beauty, and it's truth, and it's love, and it's peace. So having no neutral thoughts means that if I think thoughts that misalign with this all-good reality of omnipresence, I literally disappear it from my awareness. My thoughts cut me off. I'm only doing it to myself. I'm in control. No one's doing this to me. I might have been conditioned to believe this from society, but I'm choosing to continue it. I can break these mental chains right now. So listen to what he says. The idea for today is a beginning step in dispelling the belief that your thoughts have no effect. Everything you see is the result of your thoughts. There is no exception to this fact. Thoughts are not big or little, powerful or weak. They are merely true or false. Those which are true create in their own likeness. Those which are false create in theirs. There is no more self-contradictory concept than that of idle thoughts or neutral thoughts. What gives rise to the perception of a whole world can hardly be called idle. Every thought you have contributes to truth or to illusion. Pretty powerful. In addition to never being idle, your freedom requires that you recognize that every thought you have will bring either peace or war. Right? Either love or fear. A neutral result is impossible because a neutral thought is impossible. There is such a temptation to dismiss certain fear thoughts as unimportant, trivial, and not worth bothering about. That it is essential you recognize all fear thoughts as equally destructive and equally unreal. Right? So they're destructive of our peace. They're not real, but if we invest in them, they become real for us. All right? And I want to leave you with a few words from Joel Goldsmith, if I may. This is a book you might want to get, David. So he says, we see there is one life, and God is that life. There is one power, and God is that power. A consciousness filled with the realization of God as the only power cannot fear anything in the realm of form. He says we must rise to a higher dimension of life in which we see that there is no power in any appearance. All power is in the cause which produces the appearance. Right? So think about it this way too. Everything we're interacting with, including the bodies that we're seeing and believing we are, all the product of thought. Right? Your body was a product of mom and dad thinking, now's the time to have a child, or whatever that would look like. The chairs, the building we're living in, all originating as an idea, and then going through a process of blueprinting, construction, and full manifestation. Right? This is the principles that we follow in everything to produce form or appearance. But it all originates at the nuclear level of thinking. That's how powerful your thought is. It's the nuclear energy that's shaping and molding your life. That's why we have to go to a higher level now in understanding where everything is being sourced or caused from in your personal experience. He says if we're not spiritually alert, we can be made to accept any kind of false teaching or propaganda if it is thrust upon us frequently and forcibly enough, right? One of the ways that we get programmed is repeating. You get these messages that keep repeating, and you're supposed to believe them because you've associated it with a pigeonhole of a belief system. And now I got to believe that because my party or my religion or my family believes this. And it keeps getting repeated until it's in your subconscious mind. And now you just think it automatically. And it runs your life. It shapes you because you've given it power to. So he says, be careful about that. Through the mass hypnotism of the press and TV, we have all been victims of propaganda of one sort or another. But none of that could reach us if we but accepted the teaching that God, the infinite invisible, is the only power. All right? And I know I've outstayed my welcome, but here's one more thought here. He says the secret of protection lies not in seeking God to save us from some danger, but rather in understanding that safety, security, and peace are dependent on our remembrance and realization of the truth of God as one, the all-good, the all-loving, the all-powerful. Align your thinking with this principle. You're in the right place. You're in the right church. You have the right teaching. But align with it and employ it and embody it, and you'll see the fruit. Thank you very much.
Thanks, John. Some of you may notice whenever John's up here, when I leave the church, I have smoke coming off the top of my head because he always blows my mind. That's good stuff. Awesome. Okay, it's time to practice our love offering and celebration of abundance. And here are the ways that you can give to Unity of Stewart to support the work we do here. For those of you on Facebook, ways to give are pinned to the top of our page. For those on YouTube, you can go to unityofstewart.org and click donate. And I want to thank you all for continued love offerings, tithes, and gifts. Thank you to our consistent givers. I hope you feel that the impact you have in this moment. And we bless the offering, knowing these gifts help to transform the world. So let's affirm our prosperity, prayer, and love offering blessing together. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all the needs of Unity of Stewart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met. From every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected, our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. Amen. And then our love offering blessing. Divine love, through as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love.
We're introducing a new offering song today. It's one that I wrote, so I'd ask you to sing along, but you're not going to know it. We're still learning it, and I wrote it. I'm still learning it, so it goes like this. 1, 2. When we all do our part and come from a giving heart, we rise and build community. Together we are strong. We know that we belong at our sacred unity. Yes, our abundance flows as we live in gratitude with a hopeful heart and loving attitude. We practice faith over fear, and we always include everyone who joins us here. Our prosperity is so very clear. When our love is alive, our prosperity thrives, reaching out to each other. We rise and we stand and lend a helping hand to all our sisters and brothers. Yes, our abundance flows as we live in gratitude with a hopeful heart and loving attitude. We practice faith over fear, and we always include everyone who joins us here. Our prosperity is so very our prosperity is so very clear.
Thanks, everyone. All right. So we have a couple of announcements. We have a new group, a snowbird group. And Dick and Marianne Porter are inviting fellow snowbirds to come together in connection and service. If you'd like to know more about that group, please see Dick after service. Are you here? Dick's here today. So please see Dick after service, and or see the sign-up sheet at the information table. You can email him as well. We also have our annual meeting coming up on February 22nd after service. So at that meeting, we'll look back at 2025 and forward to 2026. So we'll have our Project Transform next week, and we'll be able to include that in our annual meeting on January 22nd, okay? Okay. We're having a gala. We have our annual gala, and this year it's called the Spring Radiance Gala, and it's all about light and enlightenment and springtime, right? Yeah. All right. So that's on March 21st, and what we're doing this year is we're having kind of a two-tiered ticket system. So we want to get as many people to buy tickets as early as possible, because Unitics tend to wait until the last minute to do things, we've learned. So what we'd like to do this year is if you purchase tickets, tickets will go on sale next week. And if you purchase it before the end of February, those tickets will be $65 each. And if you purchase it after that, it's $75. So we want to get as many people buying tickets as soon as possible. There's a lot of planning involved. A lot goes into it. Food, entertainment and all that. So the sooner we know how many folks are going to be there, the better we can plan for that. So just keep that in mind. And as always, there'll be dancing, great food, lots of fun. I think this year we're talking about Mexican. Is that right? A mixture. And lots of, I think we're going to do indoor-outdoor as well. So we're going to make it a flow a bit different, weather permitting. So there'll be tables outside and inside. Huh?
There'll be
a grazing table.
And a taco stand in the foyer.
Okay, great. That's my coach, by the way. I'm also married to her. All right. Okay. Family promise. So, we talk about living our principles out in the community. Family promise is something that we're very much involved in, and we currently have a family of 7. Roberta, did you wanna say something about that? Jerry? Okay, there you go. Take it away.
Good morning. As most of you know, we are a support church for Family Promise. We have a family of 7, a mother and 6 children, ages 6 to 16. They're over at Trinity Methodist because we don't have room in our transitional housing, and our other churches that are host churches can't support 7 people. So they're asking the support churches to step up. So if you're interested in making a meal, you don't have to make the meal, you could buy the meal. There's a sign-up sheet in the back. They do have this all online, so if you sign up, please put your email address on there, and I will send you the link to sign up for a supper. If you don't choose to do that, we do have another way. They have breakfast and lunch and snacks, so we need some food there. So I have a list in the back. So if you're at the store and you want to pick up some cereal that's on there or something, please bring it back here, and I will get it over to Trinity. And as far as the meals, you can drop them off at the Family Promise Center instead of taking them all the way out to Jensen, where Trinity of Methodist is. So thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it.
Awesome.
It's on Martin Luther King Boulevard. There is an address out there. Any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you.
Thanks. So, thanks, Roberta. And yeah, I mean, I just want to say again, I'm very proud to be part of this community, and one of the big reasons for that is I'm a big believer that, you know, faith without works is dead, and this community really steps up. You know, we had an immigration forum here last weekend, and this room was packed, and there was a lot of concern. People out there about what's going on, and this community is really stepping up. So I'm just proud to be a part of that, and I'm proud to have members like we have here. So I just wanted to say that. All right, let's sing our kiddos in.
1, 2, 3. We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. In the light of God.
Hello. Welcome. This is Lydia, and she is going to share today.
Hi, everybody. It's Fundraiser Sunday. We are having a taco day as a fundraiser for our Southeast region of Florida retreat, Unity Retreat, on February 6th to 8th. And I'll be going, and I hope you're hungry.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. We have tacos all ready in the kitchen for you. It's love offering based. No one's turned away. Come and eat, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. All right. Any other announcements? I get announcements coming through all the time.
We're just going
Think
to
I-
bless the children.
Okay, let's bless the children.
We love you. We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you.
Okay, let's close with the prayer for protection and the peace song. The light. Yeah. Hold on. Just bear with me. All right.
Keep going.
All right, the clicker's not working. There we go. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence.
Wherever I am,
God is. I am divine. Good job.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant 1, 2, 3, 4.